Hello everyone, my name is AJ and welcome to my studio. And I just first of all want to issue a huge apology to anyone who does actually watch my videos at all. I apologize for my absence, the long hiatus that I've been in. Life got out of hand, and before I knew it, months had passed, and now things have calmed down, so we should be able to get back into it. And I'm starting off fresh. So, what are we going to do today? Well, we're going to touch on something that I actually don't see too often spoken about. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's just because it's a little more complicated. But what are we going to do? We are going to touch on... excuse me, a little thick on my throat here. Different head shapes. Or different face shapes. Now, this is going to have to be broken up into several parts simply due to convenience. It's a rather long process to go over. But the human face can actually be divided into 6 or 7 different types depending on who you ask. There is the rather typical oval shape or egg shape, which you see very often portrayed, especially in anime, but also quite often in Western comics. There's the diamond. There's oblong, square, circle, and a few others. Heart, and triangle, or pear-shaped face. Okay, drew a blank right there. But without any more rambling, let's just get right into it. Now I've got some paper right here with some starts that we're going to start utilizing, so if you want to pause the video right here to get 4 circles drawn out. We also have, as you've seen, a pencil, and also, in case we make a big mistake that we need to take back later, an eraser. And also, completely optional, get yourself something to drink. I've got myself some hot chocolate right here. Good and minty. So, let's begin, shall we? So, we're going to start off up here in a front-facing view. We're only going to cover 2 heads today, simply due to time constraints. So I'm just going to quickly lay out my guidelines. Now, I have made a how to draw the face video, which I plan on updating in the near future. But if you want to, you can reference that for guidelines that I utilize. But it's changed a little bit, so don't trust it 100%. But we're not going to get into facial details. We're going to focus solely on the structure of the face. So, let's quickly establish this one down here as well. Alright, let me just quick check, see how that's showing up. Can you see that? Yeah, perfect. Okay, so let's just get right into it. Now, we're going to go with, let's say, we're going to go with the oval and heart shapes today. I apologize if you can't read my handwriting. It's one of the banes of being left-handed. But we'll make do. So, the oval head shape. Very commonly portrayed in many things, as I said. And it's pretty straightforward. We're going to follow the guidelines that I established in my How to Draw the Head video. I'm going to establish the nose line right here, which will help us track where the jaw is. And it's pretty easy. Just start from the eye line with a slight taper down. And it's a gentle curve until you get to the chin. Very, very minor details here. The jawline is very soft in the head, and one of the things that really help differentiate different face shapes is 4 things. You have the width of your brow, which is between your temples where your eyebrows are, basically between your eyebrows and your hairline. The width of your cheekbones, just below your eyes. It's right in front of your ears. You can feel it if you go to the corners of your eyes and then go right down. The width of your jaw, specifically the size of your jaw rather, so the point of your jaw right where it meets your head, how long it is and how wide it is. Generally just how long it is determines how wide it is because it's fairly consistent. And then the width of your chin. So some face shapes will have a very, very well tapered chin. We'll get into that in a little bit. But right here, right off the bat, you can very easily see this face shape coming together. This one of the most common It's... yeah. I don't know what to say beyond that. So let's just throw in the next one right here. Let me just grab a sip of this. I'm terribly parched. Try and keep our head heights fairly consistent in size. Just want to make sure I'm not getting my melon in front of the camera there. So with the oval face shape, cheekbones aren't very prominent. So it'll just be a slight sweep up and then it comes down. And if you remember, then it just, from the how to draw the face video, it gets this gentle S curve down to the chin, and then the back of the jaw will come down to about there and then gently sweep forward. Maybe just give it a little more prominence right here. Now, these two are going to look fairly similar, but there's going to be slight differences. Okay, and with that, that's pretty much all there is to it. I mean, you could add a few more details if you want. I think all I'm going to do is quickly throw in just some faint imitation of the ear on either side, just for scale's sake, as well as back here. You don't have to do this, it's for my own sanity. And then quickly add in the chin. And at the chin, the neck. I know what I'm saying. Alright, just quick check, see how that's showing up. Oh wow, 6 minutes already. Who'd have thunk? Time flies when you're having fun. What is under here? Oh, garbage, that's what. Get rid of that. Alright, so that's the oval face shape. Not much to it. Now, onto the heart face shape. This one's a little... it's fairly similar, but it's slightly different, and we'll go over that. One of the things that really determines the heart face shape is that the brow and the cheekbones, if you remember, brow up here, and then the cheekbones, which are approximately between the eye line and the nose line, are about the same width. And generally, people with heart face shapes have very high cheekbones. Selena Gomez and Kylie Jenner are good examples of people with a heart face shape. I think Olivia Holt is also someone who has a heart face shape. So if you want to look them up to get a better idea of what I'm talking about, go ahead. I think Halle Berry as well. So just bearing that in mind, what we're going to do is we're actually going to sweep it out a little bit. From the eye line, we're going to sweep it out before it comes back in. So we get this almost a curve, like a... basically the cheekbone's very prominent, so make sure to make that very obvious. And then it tapers very sharply down to the chin. So you get almost this jolly look. Quite a few of the Disney princesses actually have this face shape as well, because it's very pleasing. It creates a very childlike look. That actually looks terrible. But it's a work in progress. I'm just trying to get the basic idea down. It's easier to get the shape in the angles. I haven't drawn a lot of them in the front view, so bear with me. Bear with me. You know, bear. Rawr. Whatever. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just a little excited for getting this all started up again. I'll try and get a schedule established soon, but it'll just basically be whenever time can allow. So, let's go to the 3/4 view, because that's a little easier to get. Good grief. Oh, now I know. What we're supposed to do is actually make it poke out and then come in. There we go. It took a minute for my brain to actually click. There we go. Yeah. There's what I was talking about. Alright. Now we're cooking. Too bad we're almost done. But this is just to get the structure down, and we'll touch on how to establish other features later in a later video. So, Now we go on to this one. So as I said, the cheekbones are much higher and much more prominent, so it's going to stand out a little more before it sweeps down into the face. And another thing with the heart-shaped face as opposed to the oval, which has this very prominent curve right here, is that the heart face actually more tapers down with almost no indication of the chin. You could almost say that maybe it's a little more smooth. Everything's smooth with this face shape. And then and it's fairly similar to the oval face shape with the back of the jaw right here, only just a little less. As I said, it's very childlike. And you can even see just from the overall structure how it influences how I've drawn different features such as the ears. I hope I'm making sense to you. And then just the ears right there, and then the chin. Chin! This is not the chin! That's the neck. And let's just bring that in a little bit because I feel like that's a little too exaggerated in the cheek. Yeah. And with that, that's pretty much it. There isn't much else to it because we're not really going over facial features at all. I'll be doing more personal tutorials on different facial features in the future, but this is just to get the head shape down, and this is for female. Males are a little different. Things are going to be a little harder, but you can still get the idea down. But with all of this being done, I hope you found this to be somewhat useful. I apologize if I've gone a little fast. I haven't done this in a while. But if you need to, just rewind this a little bit to get the idea around it. But that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found it somewhat useful, and until next time, God bless. Y'all have a good day.